boy ma chefo nyina ajo emamakwa ba diamond kase so enie omemu samne amahudo so sama ya boabo ano no emre asose ye de beso mo ewa diamond kase so ensama ebedi kase boni mu akotini bi ena se nyankopon ena pa wo se wo ena wo bedi Ghana enim wei efi bua peria ekọ eye Dr. Bawumia eho
Dr. Bawumia ede efutu a emu odin akwa ma Ghana police fo nyina
Ghana International Petroleum Conference 2024 no ye bia no
LGBTQ and sensamo ache se Amanda ene Richard Sky ede koto court enim ene yetu ahyeda
ye ne nsama hudro bi enene enwumre ya boaboa na ye de ba besom mu ewo Diamond Kase so ye mfaseda Emma Diamond Ground Real Estate and Prince Diamond Ground Travel and so wo adaroma eno maso ya snea yade kase boy ebesom mo Diamond Ground Real Estate se wo pasa se krogen asase ane bo efo na e papa de na se wo de wani atwem ewo na so ye Prince Diamond Ground Travel and so se wakwetu nkrata se biara fa be down won be try bibiara kama ede ama wonyina wone tra kwan ewo La Paz Tabora number 5
Asida fabrics so efrefre wo se wo pe fabrica ne bo ewo form kra na se wo pe so to bi ton a ubra na be ene ndi ensa wo so hwe ne cha kwan ewo New Makola shopping mall inside honoma on the Methodist book depot ene di enhwani mu hwe ne cha kwan na untimi mbo ewo fabrics mu
Afezu Hajias Clay Empire se wa wedi asay atetia pansa wa wedi aya wesen basa o se de enha ho kra fa weni ebetwem ewo na se obebo ama wedi asanso atoso biom ne cha kwan ewo La Paz abeka kwan na aso One total filling station no energy shenimu.
Golden Touch Beauty Center. It say ahofe nyina efie. Just wanim stretch marks na ne ma basa bi agugu wanim ana say pimples bi dia ene na wani fa kire. Golden Touch Beauty Center ho de oye facials ankasa ema wanim etigirem wa wanim problems bia bam bia no. Me so Golden Touch e twa kwan e wo New Makola shopping mall inside honum na obehu omo na chese watimi eno medin sawoso.
The kakre muno na ya dia Sudan so ebema Ben Light Enterprise nidi ene ne honam so wosen kania papa efie ka ben ena okita say Toyota Honda Hyundai ka bia no ukopie mu ewa Ben Light Enterprise for dia ya dia wo spec o ka na chesasa so ejina ne na so bio obi hu na no wahwe ne mienu hwehwe Ben Light twa kwan ewo Apostle Kai City Light Junction honoma Way kofo way ena omubo ye chidoma ene enwumre ye de Diamond Kase eba besomo ya kwaja abo afon kratso embra ye ba ye de kase boni ntwemu ebeto aso Machefo nyina ajo sanso amamakwa ba biom Diamond Kase so enie yen a ene nwumre ye de kase boy eba beso mu eyeme mausi ponyo meni aba
efia frempoma
afi kase boni nchemu eni ohene a owo bupera Abdullahi jina power chosu mienu abo frankatuni edema NPP ya manyoko no abaso yie papa Wochema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eya ade a wo ye adwuma anase suban a wo dan ne di e wo ye ne leadership role nim no eya ade a wo ye ade ye papa wochema se Dr. Bawumia eya obi anyankopon na apaw no se wono e na wo mbedi Ghana enim oman no se ne be ya oman no ebetumpon woto aso e ka se no kra ene nyame anim ne eya ade anyankopon pese wo boa oman Ghana ente no wonam Dr. Bawumia so e ba beboa oman Ghana Wadi tuja ewa na himfie wabra Dr. Bawumia ede ne nsrahwe ekopie mu ewo ho na no bena de twemu ye mu nsrahwe a wodi ekopie mu ewo ho ewo ebupera ahimfie no eya ade na wodi ne nationwide constituency focus nationwide campaign no a ekopie mu ewo ho eyade a wa hye aprobo no ase ewo north east region a ehonom nso no wo call impeso ahodo so ede nani so ade hu no ekoto wo nanim sane ebe ya ekwan ebede mu pefe na wetimi aye ne campaign ye na wo de input to ene satweye pa aba wo man Ghana mu aprobo ni mu no bua peru aginapo etre sania wo arehwemu ye pa ewo ye raba wo miamu ne krakwa mu ene odi nhirasem egu ne so a wo kire ne sanyame enka ne ho ewo akesie ne mu
Franka Tuni Emma NPP amonyokuo no Dr. Bawumia enenei wodi afutua emodin akwama Ghana police fo nyina se womonhwe na Ghana abato ayebeto no afimu no enye free and fair okoso echiremu se police fo Emma Ghana ho hia omuye dia ene ho ene ombetimi ama free and fair elections na na se etimi akoso ewo mayimu.
Over the past 7 years, government has consistently provided the needed logistical support to the police service to enhance your operational efficiency. Vehicles have been procured in their hundreds. Thousands of motorbikes, protective equipment, among several other logistical support have been extended to the service. This has been evident in the increased police visibility in our communities and improved response to crime and other law and order situations. I wish to commend the IGP, the members of the Police Management Board, and all officers and men for executing these initiatives under the police transformation agenda. I would like to urge you to continue to do more, especially as the nation prepares to go into a general election come December 7th.
We, the police, and the rest of the security agencies working in concert under the National Election Security Task Force will do our utmost best, working once again with all other stakeholders to ensure that this year's election will be peaceful and the country will continue to be seen as a trailblazer for the rest of the continent and beyond. So we want to organize, just do your part and be assured that there will be peace, because we will go all out to ensure that there is peace.
Dedicated shop for the police service is long overdue. It is a known fact that contemporary trends in law enforcement and within the security subsector have always accommodated a service shop, often referred to as the PX. The PX is a dedicated shop where officers of the security services can purchase additional uniform items beyond what their respective institutions provide them. These shops also stock institutional souvenirs that come in handy during international exchange programs. This is necessary to ensure that officers always turn out smart in their uniforms and also have additional logistics to deliver on their mandate.
Yet to our Kasiabono so the Interior Minister Henry Cote akantam say eyade a wobehwe na amanfo a wobenam social media so eden tawantawa ena afen so mentem ho ase ebeba afia pato ye ba betu no emra ene won ebedi ni ye papa what is ansemi etu dwa wa bra wo be a police shop a ewo criminal investigation department headquarters no ano.
As a mother ministry, that is a Minister of Interior, as a Vice President, and His Excellency the President has charged me with a simple task to ensure that this year's elections, the police, the security agencies will discharge their duties professionally, and I repeat, professionally, to ensure that the Ghana that we live in, we shall continue to live in, and for us to send an example to other countries, more especially our neighboring countries. So, oftentimes we read in the papers, we watch videos, and we see people threatening on social medias. Say very soon, and I repeat, very soon, under the False Publication Act, anybody who makes a threatening statement to incite violence before, during, and after the elections, we will make sure the law deals with the person and a court of competent jurisdiction will work. No violence before, during, and after elections. If there's anybody who is thinking so please, rehearse your strategy. Let us allow the people of this country to come and exercise their franchise, and Ghana will move forward.
Dr. Amanda Odoi Ayensem Troni, and after so Richard Sky, and so Ayensem Troni, Nasanko Foi and Sama, while they echo Supreme Court and name efa anti-LGBTQ, ehono, and nay, Wamutna Senka, Womo Babeka, and one astem. Na judge for enum eka ho, and a Chief Justice and so Gertrude Tokuno and so eka ho. Na what's not so bobo in sem no hono, what two asem no asheda.
The issue is before court and it has not been determined. Although it has not expressly been stated, granted or not granted, but once it is pending, we don't do anything to prejudice the outcome of the application. So we say that invariably, indirectly, it is still restraining any party from doing anything contrary to the demands of the application. It can't do it so far as this matter is pending, otherwise it will amount to contempt of court to the best of our understanding of the law. When the court speaks about an early trial, in effect what it means is that it will speed up the process towards the determination of the matter, so that this whole issue of injunction before final determination will no longer take a center stage. As an officer of the court, I am not in the least in the position to dictate the timetable of the court. But the farthest I can say is that pleadings have not closed in the matter, as you might have rightly heard from the Attorney General. They are yet to file their response. I believe counsel for the first defendant is also yet to file. So until those processes are filed, nobody can tell when we will be giving date for our next appearance.
The point is that the country ought to know that we're a country governed by a constitution that prevails over everyone. We're all under the constitution and laws of Ghana. And therefore, the actions of every person must be determined within the premises of the law. Same as a person can even question my constitutional right to prosecute in this country. We have seen that many times. Citizens of the country even file applications, the Supreme Court questioning the Attorney General's power to enter law and prosecute in a certain matter and that kind of thing. And it comes up for determination of the Supreme Court. It's the same way that a decision or an action taken by Parliament can be questioned by citizens of the country. And so, for me, the questions are raised during the hearing of the application for the Secretary Judge were ones that, for me, have not been determined in this country. And today, it has not been determined. It's the very first time that a private member's bill or issues regarding private members' bill are coming up for determination. For private members' bill are quite novel. It occurred only at the time of the former parliament, the 7th parliament, headed by Speaker Professor Michael Quay. It was in his time. Of course, it was with my help as Deputy Attorney General that we all sat down, we had a roundtable conference, and then we sat down to craft ways of empowering Parliament to engender or produce its own bills. And it was in the time of the last Parliament headed by Professor Quay that the first private members' bill was passed. And really was without controversy because it did not have any implications for the taxpayer. Now, there are a lot of bills being changed through Parliament now on account of private members, which really have implications for the public purse. And I think for me, as the Attorney General of the Republic, it's a question of important consideration that the court ought to really consider. Because since 1957, as I indicated to the court, since 1957, every constitution the country has had, apart from the 1961, has had provisions on Article 108, which is akin to Article 108 in it. And there has not been any case at all filed questioning the circumstances, the ambit, or the extent to which a person can commence a bill which has appeared by the taxpayer, but which do not go through the requirements of Article 108. So I think the court ought to consider such a question.
Enchepi na Eli insensembi eba monte so na ye kyerse ye ma MPs for akwanya na wo mutimi enyisu siren ewo omanmu wei enam so emramra hyebedwani edema entwiwa enwabie jasa abato empeswa so onwanyamfo Emmanuel Ejay ahwere ede ensembi abatudwa wo kyerɛ mu se ehohia se wo bema mra hyebedwafo sa akwanya no esan se se wo hwe enyama ekoso ewo omanmu a enya dia mra hyebedwafo no wo hu ehia kyɛn Ghana fo enu to sa akwanya ne de emfa so bia embreye
wo ha no mu papa even here say ya people ascribe government official MPs to with land cruiser in Kekane and I'm for use land cruiser there obi wo ha onye MP eja won sika land cruiser what said down so no sorry about the cam no use so this tells you the level of indiscipline I was listening to me personally I'm totally against this thing now this how they here we know you know for anything for what so MP your time yetinase from Tuesday to Friday ebia for one reason or the other your friend saying ebia should be by so president yeah command be on put him Saturday do a trim my dear son but officially yetinase 10 a.m. yetinase for 4 hours ebia for one reason or the other extension member compona speaker indicate say yeah do your entire yeah standing in your class it is a MP now 10 transit 10 a.m. wherever you stay wherever you are reside you can just I check out I make out time where by 10 now parliament at times parliament and depend at time where are they now siren for what chaotic I'm totally against it. I wouldn't know what went to that point. I wouldn't know because even prime ministers, they be trying bicycles, they be full bus, they be full train. Yeah, are you better than them? MPs, we MP. That's a as a meeting, we pass all idea. You can call parliament. Wait me up for please. The motorcade will come, and escort you. And maybe I'm a program be a constituency. Yeah, me my late in paying for transit. Me free police commander. One of my car by the day. It be me free traffic no. They escort to me. In any case, I say okay. This very moment when you are there, is it a issue about siren? Is it necessary? I don't think so.
Speaker of Parliament on Monyamfo Alban Kingsford Bagbin NNE what they ensure a more ding at a mining committee our more Parliament House to say or more ensure and krata bauxite mining for Edia Bro Munimu ye pansa what besanya was sign
referrals of some mineral agreements to joint committee on lands and energy committees, joint committees. I have been looking at that referral and I've had discussions, and because of the critical nature of the subject matter, I proposed and leadership accepted that we should rather refer those agreements to the Lands and Natural Resources Committee with the additional directive that 4 members from the leadership of each side of the House should assist in the deliberation of the committee. Honorable members, these are critical agreements that will have to be scrutinized seriously. I will not participate in the debate, but I will be very vigilant because for some time now, I belong to the school of thought that believe that we have not benefited from the natural endowment that God has so much blessed this nation. And it's all because of the agreements that we enter into with these private sector investors. Please, this time around, we will not hesitate in rejecting any agreement that we believe is not in the interest of the nation. The new composition of the committees, as we realize, have members whose party is not in power chairing the committees. And so we are doing all this to strengthen the oversight function of Parliament. We expect members to focus on this agreement and invite technical people, professional career businessmen, everybody that matters to assist the committee to submit a very good report. Members take a serious view of this referral, and so I direct that the first referral be amended. The business involving two of the agreements that were referred this morning are now referred to the Committee on Lands and Natural Resources to be supported by 4 members from each side of the House, namely the Chief Whips, the Deputy Majority Leaders, and a Deputy Whip from each side of the political divide.
Afempem mienu ni edionu enan Ghana International Petroleum Conference no eyade a won ebia no ewo enkran na Mustafa Abdul Hamid a woye NPA boss edin sembi etuja.
The downstream petroleum industry is perhaps the oldest petroleum industry in the country and has evolved to be a significant contributor to our GDP. The industry has over 3,000 service providers with heavy Ghanaian participation and delivers over 4 million metric tons of petroleum products to the people of Ghana annually. In retrospect, you will agree with me that over the years, the petroleum downstream industry has evolved into a vibrant and dynamic industry with increased private sector participation. It has become a key contributor to the growth and development of our economy. We estimate that the sector's monetary value stands at over 71 billion cedis, representing about 8.4% of the country's GDP in 2023. Over the past 7 years, the industry has retained an average annual value of over 35 billion cedis. The NPA recognizes the vibrant and dynamic nature of our industry and is committed to formulating and implementing innovative strategies and policies that will ensure that the industry remains efficient and profitable, and at the same time ensure that consumers get the best value for their money.
Sakra nyoma yeye na Ghana for no ai juma nyina yeye amomo no Ghana for no ebenya homfaso na petroleum product yin so ne bo na kofom na quality no so akosro so de be ya ope biato a obenya ope gas a yeweduane a obenya na sa sustainability nkomo yi no kwan ben ni ebetimi aye mienu no abom ti be use petrol ni diesel no nanso you make sure say you pollute environment, no biofuels, compressed natural gas, LNG, and you may na outlets filling stations you use see the electric vehicle station charging station account can be electric vehicles you also me charge your cars conventional vehicles, internal combustion engine, yes, you able to me at petrol. And the sun you mean na kabum and NPA about afraid in our CMBC and I was see a boy NPA abaso said you made ye a beboa be brain a set it on for the downstream sector for the next 2 years.
National Multi-Stakeholders Coalition Group NNA wapa omo entoma wo ba beko etia kasafie beko so e wa abato mremu
ye hunu se emse ni titro ye kekakọ abato emu no nsentro adwumaku ahodo no bebre wo ho a ekwa amfa so di omudwuma no nhyehyɛ ya wɔse yɛfa so no emse ye de ato nkyɛn ya obroni bɛka sɛ ethics no ne professional guidance no a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛnam so didi adwuma no ye de dodo na atoto nkyɛn ya emse enkyɛ ye kra no ya te sɛ amanfo bi akɔke kansɛm bi ɛwɔ radio so na TV so a ya hwɛ ye betimi de basabasayo aba ɛyade a emse ɛkɔ nanim na ye keka kɔ abato emu no ye fi sɛ ye nsia no kwan ntɛm a wanhwɛ na enamano so ma ɔhaw bi aba beto yɛn so asoman ebeduru baabi no saa fa ahodie no a constitution no de ama yɛn nsɛntrɔfo no amanfo bɛhyɛ ase tietia so esan sɛ afa ahodie no a constitution de ma yɛn no ɛnyɛ sɛ si yɛbɛnya afa ahodie kɛkɛnti na ɔmo de ma yɛn wɔn mu nim sɛ si yɛnya afa ahodie a yɛbɛtumi de nsɛntrɔ adwuma no adi adwuma ama na boa wɔ man no ti sɛ kodum pɛmpɛn so obi na amanfo fi sɛ saa afa ahodie no a constitution no de ama yɛn no yɛde di ɔman no nya insɛ sɛ yɛde bɛboa ɔman no de a na me fi sɛ amanfo so bɛfa mmara na hyɛ ɔmo nsɛm na ɔmo ahyɛ ase tietia saa afa ahodie no so
adwenkyerɛ deɛ yɛfrɛ ne sɛn obiara nko ne sɛn a osi ɛkyerɛ ne deɛ obi wɔ hɔ a ɔbɔ mpa yɛ wie ya na ɔbɛba bɛkyerɛ n'adwene obi wɔ hɔ a wadidi ame na ɔbɛkyerɛ n'adwene obi wɔ hɔ nso ɛkɔm de no ɛna ɔde ba bɛkyerɛ n'adwene no obi nso wɔ hɔ koraa sɛnea ɛyɛ na ayi kofi kudrosin ka no ebi a no abɔ unit kakra gu n'ani so ansa na ɔbɛkyerɛ n'adwene enti sɛ ɛyɛ wɔ adwuma sɛ ɔbɛhwɛ kwan a nipa fa so ɛkyerɛ wɔn adwene a ɛwɔ so onya abotire kɛseɛ editie nipa enti brɔfo mu no ebeka say we act with a lot of restraint. It's not every little infraction you see in a game that you whistle. So so name bi o ha ya sam kakra bi no watwa so na ekọ nemom nya eye kese ne de se wanso ano a obebo oman no eno nti na neme ne bi o ha eba eno de ne ese de bi ba asem we se adru no e wo se ye de enensi from nyesa nipa no obebo man no made ba ko o mu ni se ni ameka wo ma acceptance speech no ye wo Ghana ba ko ya ye ti Ghana mu no ye nso ye nipa ba ko enti de ehia Ghana enu na ehia ye se Ghana ye yi a ye nyina ye be yi na se ne we ko kan se we ko ye se we ye se na de asem bi pape enyam ze me ne o ye betumi agina ha bonkom ze ye be hu ye na ye de America me sha ukura na ukura wasumu ayeshi ne nsumu asumu ayeshi enti wo se ye nyina ye kabom wo mu nso kafra wo enye wo mu nko na ye hwe but wo platform so na saa niama no nyina esisi enti so obi aba wo platform so na obeka bibi na enya e wo se ntempa no wonso ye den utwa no na politicians no nso a wo nso wo kokeka saa nsem no e de oye ne beba no wo nso wo nhwe na kafra wo begai na nsem a di mpunto beba Ghana no na wo nkekan no enye saa de a ye nyina wo man ba ku na ye wo mu sesia ebebo agu ye nyina so
ye be ho me kase bone so age aboafo enkrato aba
free more. I'm a near come we. Ya me way me free more. Yes, so
I'm very mindful. Where you demo the mamu. Aha, a light enterprise. I was so kind city light junction. You know maybe I do mujuma tail light. Headlight, front and back bumpers, front grill, down grill. There's also on side lighting travigators. There's on fog lighting so. Either light na spec light, charger, normal, American type, Japan type, China. Ni na ye who party now of the light enterprise. Where the trauma some beba abuso kind city light junction. Mother should share the light enterprise. That money ye dijuma. The one on person to do no one can some cotton so you will also sakesi I have your mama. I had the man for person moon to no more cotton. Yes, answer delivery nationwide. Say a Christian, a Kumasi, a Takrade, a North, a Taka, a Honey, delivery ma. I did be a person fan spare car. Your shame say only the light enterprise about the Juma. Your special discount via my Diamond TV as your phone na. Into fair numbers to now cast a number no Diamond TV. Your special discount via your Tisudma. Your shame sound the light enterprise Baby Yojuba. The light enterprise, your satisfaction is our priority.
So whoop Ben Light Enterprise, a trap find ya so kind City Light Junction Honoma. And I so bit me a friend penny for 0247 888591 and 0245 966 186 0599 640 186 and now 0530 122 484. Ben Light Enterprise Sebra. I inspect your car and farm mouth.
At the power of fear, oh yeah, what a PM Asaraji Enterprise, Oshesenia Nipa Abodon PM Hana, a chose at the power of fear, and I was some say to check. I open American bats, American shoes, I dresses, and Tadia F, or one was so called wedding. But the same demonstration, I hire one Yamapa, over demonstration, baby, I will be. Now you're dinner of fear, now the same started business be Asaraji dear was it over her at the mount. Produce etuma and as open and so and also on side the car. Obehu ya chia kwai ewo New Makola Shopping Mall, second floor honoma. Obehu Asaraji Enterprise. Bono honom na ni omo eni ensa woso. Se wo plata dia pepa ye quality dia. Eno ane Asaraji Enterprise.
Se obe piemu ewo Asaraji Enterprise dia. Ye wonyame bi te say bags, shoes, dresses, accessories, perfumes, emofranta dear, emoframpabwa, and nyama hodua ekeka ho. Asaraji Enterprise say obi biara opese wutu enyama etonu osebra ombeboa na chese wonso wonsa etimi akabi se wo ye ankran so na wo pe atade anase wo pe accessories edimu edi wudwuma nso a obetimi aba Asaraji Enterprise ombeboa ama wonsa akabi se wo pe Asaraji Enterprise echa kwan dia wo enkran New Makola Shopping Mall, second floor, restaurant number 2 obetimi afrem penifo ewa homatrofo isu 0551 540 835 and I said 0591 119 629. Asaraji Enterprise or see work with confidence.
Hello, Midofo Rose. Diamond Grand Ray Estate 4. And I'm a miniaji say you. And then Missuma your land owner. Say Ebano Land Promotions in Quadia. Diamond Grand Ray Estate. Ye number 1. Make us say ya promotion air cost of the day. Very huge discount. Yes. And you don't come me. Dentura. As I say ye 28,000. Ye di about 22,000. Obey my 18,000. Ye di about 12,000 Ghana cedis. Omonsa niya ye genuine. No longer. No litigation. Who pass as ya any insuumudia and the insutobre and also auto asase. Intimedia dance say Diamond Grand Ray Estate. Ye number 1. Or more payment plan. I will bet me tune and kakra. Promotion we first 10 people ebe to assassin. Ebenya 10 bags of cement, blocks, any free documentation. Won't pay we now pay then. Free one see 0552 487 385.
Sama obi biara akwaba biom ye to akase bono so dia na oswafo abedi ekire a wo hwe ye na disua ensam so a wo sanso eye mrahye bedwani ede makwada so abato empeso so onimonyamfo Dr. Kisley Nyako ede abetu dwa se eye ade a enche aban no ebe peja colleges of education mu na won so ababedu university status.
The plan say some of the colleges of education ebetimi upgrading on into university status. Minya no ebetimi amboa ama yetnya enrollment bebre ewo those schools no. Ohwe college of education na solely education. Numbers never form. And according to minister and a permanent income, according to minister no, ojili se ebetimi amboa let me diversify programs no. As still na maintain education na betimi increase enrollment. Ntwe so ache say Oman bia omo gross tertiary enrollment ratio about 40% no omano 18 cost.
Ghana Hydrological Authority NNA wodi nsem bi atudwa se wo hwese ne amanfo esesa empoano anua pa dia ene dachi bia no empo ebetimi ayiri afa ye japade a ewo mpoano.
Now within that 290-kilometer stretch, there are various important national assets at risk that need urgent action to protect them. And we can talk about the Abazi Power Enclave, where we have thermal plants that need protection, to safeguard altogether about 730 megawatts. You know, we have important strategic roads in Cape Coast, where we have the Cape Coast Takoradi, Accra Takoradi Road, a strategic road that is at risk, along with important educational installations like the St. Augustine's College, the UCC, and the Nursing and Midwifery Training College. In Shama, along the beach line, we also have important assets. We have communities, livelihoods, roads, and others at risk that needs protection. So what we're saying is that government is doing a lot. We have already seen the 8 ongoing projects. Those that have already been completed. But we are also urging government to do more, to invest a bit more, especially in those areas to protect those strategic assets. And we are also calling on the private sector. Some of them have businesses along this coastline that are at risk if no steps are taken to protect them. We invite the private sector to partner with us to come on board and invest in coastal protection works, and also to make some investments in our National Hydrological Fund. And we are appealing to communities along our coastline and the local authorities along our coastline to help us to safeguard the coastline, to prevent human activities that undermine the work that we do and that also accelerate the coastal erosion that we're experiencing. We have sand winning activities that undermine the effort that we all make to protect our coastline.
Ena Kakreni and a Ministry for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development editable also say ma won call Apple na we so Emma Apple what Jamestown and no ewo nkramantem edi wosu etre sisi de wona breast what na fie eno until one san so Emma won kwan na won couple
amiawo kefo omo kefo la abaja me come enyu je kotoku shila abaja me come na sack bibi enyu kefo enyu no e ba sha amen 1 month e ba sha amen no water sha nka she 1 month mi no ba yi
alikwale ke am chi show ne ke am chi show ne ke o mi anto mo 2 weeks time ni am ke omo come ba namba ja omo na ba gwa ni to mo ntem brother ni o enyu an we komi omo se sack e komi o ba ja she o na boy ni yo esa da kai o na mi esa ni wo mo lu pa ka ma ka so gba na me tukula wo itumunu me o akese inu sisi na anga so wonu go silololo aga tafla je beni afole ne eba la ku faro be na afole ne eba iso anga koda ni tuntu ne kan wonu ke e ase wo koko tun woni na mu pe wo ba woni wo ba na lo e ko nganso bo abi no kaka lo ka nyawo le kato e ka wanga mete aya mishile kena mino mienu na ma u baba ku 8 omo nyi no mu trafie de omo de mini yo ojumo nsu omo ye 15 on se okomi di omo nti se si ari aka nipa tupe ye working omo nyi na mo dwan se si ari okomi di omo enam the efficiency anu so ko obetumi anye na but so mu gusu ko no mu yes illegal activities no say na mo nyina ko echi but se tumpo no e kon do ba se ampa se enam de omo aba kakra but within the shorter period no omo sia se sa illegal activities no enti ya semba ko na nya pa se sa illegal activities no omo ye action wo so
a driver for kwa owo kwawu afran plains enne why o ye kire e de afa wa kwan a enye eho e na fe so panto a asai no eho
ye aye de nam so enra me kasa ni enra panto no de o pushi no e loko more than 4 hours no aloko ni nipa gina nsuo ni so obi ensu obi etete because panto nim a mistake na memo pa enipa bewu me bedwa wa say don kokrom kite mi betim 3 days panto
etimi ya nioma timi ka so bi 3 days 4 days ubakwa yi nam na nam ni nya dore mo apro bare so eheka ni heat nti ubakwa na bare ni nya apro no aboka kwa yeba yetimi beda kwa so bi 3 days e ma be see first you to last year mikuta Sophie obabesia and me di 2 form said ye be ya aka ne beba yetimi dru ba bi ye gina dis ma besia ye pia kai ansa na kai na timi afa so
kai no panto we ni ba ye no na engine ye 2 say so the engine na ye 1 first in the kwa na no ramp na si ha no kwa enye no na ne ho na enim no akire no ekosa na kosi na sanse engine ba kwa sei no inti se mframa ebo a no kware nyamienim age wo a wote so na hunu se ye bre eti engine akwaye baako ama ye besi so se be yo ye be kodukura ya asemu mu a
pio se opimfo bi awaka no na ya reference onko ebiatibie na ferry nso apon adwuma na dia ho kira ba obi yare pa se ekwe surgery agine nkwa na ferry na pon na ontimi nko obi also osuro so befa boat na ye fan se owo bi kwa person ba from prince osuro ferry no osuro boat no na ferry nso apon nti e ma business ni ma bebre etutwa ana se ekofom nti ye se aban meboan
empani ade niama agugu akwan a ye hwe se adimandimu ya no de wo se ye titu ene ekwan a ye fa so kwasi fante to dome echi aman from to agodeke aban ye siseye ye ntimi nkasa nimandimu ya ye ba be ye agusu kota nanso ye expecting fidie animanimu ya babi biara e wo se de convert to ye de beto babi biara e wo se ye red graveling ye be ye na eye pantu so asewon so me amakonta good name ene ni mpani di adanse say ye normal di nkitahu bebre na nsan the 2 DCs say wa from plains ya ni 2 MPs ni nyina ekokosia voter lake transport the managing director and the board members ewa akosombo omo ka kire say boso abroso aboso menkunu mu omo kra eniema a omo de ba be fenisi ye pantu na mayen ebi nso aban asike loan a omo build 4 new vessels 4 new vessels nyame ya adom no mu wi a omo de baako e ba beto Afram plains a be transporting from Echiaman from to Adoso and Adoso to Echi ntabusia from Madaroma enye se empani yayi yani
Yeba beshe afeno ase na aban ema Ghana Revenue Authority GRA numekono target awode ebeba wo afenim pemu na enrada na GRA numekono ehia nsem na ekowie ye no na eyade a target aban edema won etwemu ewo hokra.
GRA was tasked to collect 145.99 billion cedis, close to 146. That is this year, representing a 29.1% growth over the 113.06 billion cedis collected in the 2023 fiscal year last year. With the commitment of the outstanding staff that I referenced, I'm happy to announce that as of June this year, the GRA collected a total of 68.49 billion cedis against a half-year budget of 67.9 billion cedis, and therefore exceeding the cumulative mid-year target by 138.6 million cedis, which represents a 0.2 increase. Therefore, the GRA exceeding mid-year budget by 0.2%. Ladies and gentlemen, this achievement represents a nominal growth of 37.6% over the same period last year. Specifically, for the month of June, the devoted staff of the Ghana Revenue Authority outperformed and exceeded the revenue target by an exceptional 21.2%, a significant increase in a single month. Ladies and gentlemen, all of this was achieved against the headwinds of a very difficult first quarter. And this is a testament to the commitment, resilience, and overall dedication of our staff. To break down the details of the performance to date, the month of January, we fell below target by 12.3%. February showed a shortfall of 6.3%. March suffered a similar trend of an increased negative deviation of 12.7%. We started to rebound from April and exceeded target by 1.9% that month, then exceeded again in May by 1.4%, and subsequently a significant achievement of the positive increase of 21.2% in June. As we can see, the outstanding performance in June was supported the turnaround to help with a positive half-year performance of the 0.2% of the total half-year budget. Ladies and gentlemen, as a new top management team, we came on board. We have initiated our special voluntary disclosure program, you would have heard, which was successfully rolled out and has ensured that resident individuals, we're talking about resident individuals, do not misquote us, and entities that earn incomes in Ghana voluntarily disclose any previously undisclosed financial accounts or incomes abroad. This measure is in accordance to the Income Tax Act 2015, Act 896, as amended. We are proud to confirm that Ghana is one of the only 5 nations or countries among several countries that has been approved by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, one of the only 5 African countries, and that is the OECD recognizing us, to share and receive information on resident persons with incomes abroad across and over 70 countries. So this information we receive is coming from over 70 countries. This innovative program will bolster our efforts to rope in more eligible taxpayers into our tax net.
Ebusia wahwere wode share ya Ghana National College and wofre Ministry of Education and educational service for so say womra and child rights for so say womu nyina nka omhumum na omombra omobehwe asem num na omonti omho asekra.
From Monday up to Wednesday, never bothered to even to check on whether it is true that the mother sent to Alasan to come and pick the boy. He never bothered. The boy was lying there from Monday up to Wednesday. No teacher, no housemaster attended to this boy. So the parents came all the way from Takwa to the place. So it was when the parents came and the father called the PA chairman, because that is the only way on the platform that he can call the PA chairman. So he called the PA chairman and asked him, please, is that how your school behaved? My son has been in the hospital for more than 3 days, and no teacher, no housemaster has attended to my boy. It was then that the PA chairman called the headmaster, and he became so agitated, and he called the father that, why have you reported me to the PA chairman? If you report, my son is lying down in the hospital. For 3 days, no teacher or head teacher has visited the son. I am calling you to inform you, and you are telling me I'm reporting to the PTA chairman. Is that how a school behaves? Is that how a school behaves?
Ashafo yebejina arekosami so na yede eye kasebo nyina aba na wiye ansa ne yebekonoma yenhye ensemedi akotene ewo kasebo no mu bi Nyankopon ena pa wo se bedi Ghana anim ewe efribu peria eho ena wode ensemi ema Dr. Mamadou Bawumia.
Dr. Bawumia e de futu emu ode akwa Ghana Police Service.
Ghana International Conference, Ghana International Petroleum Conference 2024 ayade ayedua no.
A driver for kwa wo afran planes so e de wade sede atuja.
Ye ne nsama huduo bi ene nanwumre ye boabo ano a ye de ebesom mo e wo Diamond Cassia so afen so mayen fasida ma Diamond Ground Real Estate, Diamond Ground Travel and so wo mo ene boye chidoma ene nanwumre ye de kaseboy ebesom mo.
Aseda fabrics and so air frefro just open fabric air fair or your wedding engagement weekend air bay over so ye bibia aseda fabric hold the air fair na air phone so when the child kwine air war new color shopping more inside honum obenyano na chese when ya de wo hwehwe
Ben Light Enterprise say kania papa efie eye ka ben e na oyusu say ye headlight and I said tail light ni nyina uko piem e wo ben light asie ye wo be sort out afen so no wo se what on car bumpers bi be ye this spec car bia no kona ko piem e wo ben light asie ye wo be hwe ai bia kama adiama nature kwan no e wo eye aposo kan city light junction honom na
Hajia Slay Empire so frefre so we dey say we dey agija we dey say we yan hwia enye ye no see na this time dey yen sasemku supplement nko e na abeno na abepe supplement aye papa so dia na ye Hajia Slay Empire we nature kwan e wo La Paz ai abeka kwan ne so hono ma total filling station in Cheho we hu Hajia Slay e wo hono bora hono na say je supplement papa
yeah and anyway ya de ka seboy ebe so mo eye me ma osiponyo me ni menua ba
Efia Frempoma
Yakramo